As the US lags behind in the AI race, China's Manus AI proves coders can't afford to wait for America to catch up. What's going on, everybody? It's Professor Zeus, and I'm back with another video. If this is your first time at the channel, just know I greatly appreciate you for stopping by. Why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe? We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers. We're taking it the humble route. Now, what we're looking at today is China's latest AI breakthrough, Manus AI, and what this means for the global technology race. And honestly, this thing's a beast. It's outshining even DeepSeek, which is another China AI system that literally wrecked the markets not too long ago. So, China's sprinting ahead in the AI, while the US is struggling and scrambling to try to keep up. But the twist is, if you're looking into software engineering, coding, or AI, machine learning, like myself, this isn't just another tech story, but it's a career wake up call. And I'm using it for my own business, Verse, like I've said before. Should we be discouraged or fired up? Spoiler, there's a ton for us to be inspired by. So we'll unpack Manus, we'll unpack China's edge right now, and what it means for you on this journey into the technological future. So what is Manus? It's China's newest star. It's built by Monica AI's crew, and it's being hyped as the world's first fully autonomous AI agent. So chatbots, all the other stuff, Manus can literally code websites live, plan trips, trade stocks, all without handholding, right? So it's literally topping DeepSeek on benchmarks like GAIA, which is pretty crazy. Um, DeepSeek was China's last big win. It was an open source AI that literally rivaled Americans' Open AI with Sam Altman for best just not too long ago. Now Manus has swooped in. It's raising the bar, and I think I just got to show y'all for yourselves. Let's pull this up.
Hi, I'm Pete from Manus AI. For the past year, we've been quietly building what we believe is the next evolution in AI. And today, we're launching an early preview of Manus, the first general AI agent. This isn't just another chatbot or workflow. It's a truly autonomous agent that bridges the gap between conception and execution. While other AI stops at generating ideas, Manus delivers results. We see it as the next paradigm of human-machine collaboration, and potentially a glimpse into AGI. Now let me show you Manus in action across 3 completely different tasks. Let's start with an easy one. In this example, we'll ask Manus to help screen resumes. I've just sent Manus a zip file containing 10 resume documents. Since each Manus agent has its own computer, it can work like a human. First unzipping the file, then browsing through each resume page by page, and recording important information to documents. Manus works asynchronously in the cloud, which means you can close your laptop anytime, and Manus will notify you when everything is complete. Of course, you can also give Manus new instructions at any time. Here I've sent Manus 5 more resumes. After carefully reading all 15 resumes, Manus provides its ranking suggestions, along with candidate profiles and evaluation criteria as supporting materials. This is pretty good, but I prefer a spreadsheet. Let's have Manus create one. Manus has its own knowledge and memory, so it can teach Manus that the next time it handles a similar task, it will deliver a spreadsheet right away. In this example, we have Manus conduct some research. It needs to filter New York properties based on multiple criteria. For complex tasks, Manus first breaks them down and creates a to-do list. Manus begins by searching and carefully reading articles about the safest neighborhoods. Then Manus researches middle schools in New York. Next, Manus writes a Python program to calculate my budget. Based on my budget, Manus filters listings on real estate websites. Finally, combining all the information gathered, Manus writes a detailed report and compiles all the resources. In this example, we have Manus perform a correlation analysis between stocks. For professional data, Manus can access authoritative data sources through APIs. After validating the acquired data, Manus begins writing code for data analysis and visualization. For Manus, Coding isn't necessarily the goal, but rather a universal tool for solving problems. It looks like Manus has completed the data analysis and visualization. But interactive data visualization is even cooler, so I asked Manus to create a website based on these data. With my permission, Manus deploys the finished website online and provides me with a shareable link. Let's see what Manus has created. What you've just seen is just a small sample of what Manus can do. In fact, on benchmarks designed to evaluate general AI assistance, an early checkpoint of Manus has already achieved state-of-the-art performance, and it's only getting better. Beyond benchmarks, Manus has been solving real-world problems on platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, and has proven its capabilities on Kaggle competitions.
Yeah, so that's Manus, man. China is not playing around. Um, they're really leading the AI charge, and obviously, DeepSeek stunned us or had us rattled for a minute with the $5 or $6 million efficiency, which matches OpenAI's O1 model. And Manus is really just pushing autonomy further. And what's really crazy to me personally is that most of China's AI related products, services that they offer, they're free, right? DeepSeek's open source and Manus, I think, is invite only right now. I was actually invited, so I'm able to use it. It's pretty strong. Um, it fits, China's accessibility type of thing that they're going for right now. Now, if you compare that to top tier AI like ChatGPT or Cloud, um, they lock their best features behind paywalls. Now, is that fair? You know, we can make that debate, but for aspiring engineers, this is gold because China's free tools mean you can experiment with cutting edge technology without having to pay like a dime, right? The US is chasing, you ever seen Terminator? Skynet, the whole reason that the robots in it, yeah, the US is looking to try and get into something like that. Big, centralized, super expensive, while China is building practical AI and robots that can just do the and robot. I seen this video the other day of some, I think it was China, this lady, she had programmed a robot to do one of the axe dances from Kung Fu Hustle. I saw it. It was crazy. So it's really it's a playground right now for coders. Um, you're free to jump in, tinker, learn, excel. You know what I mean? There's so many different things. So should people who are trying to be software engineers or anything like that be discouraged? I wouldn't. I'm not. China is really proving anyone with a gift can play at the top. But if we're real, the US isn't all the way out, but they're definitely slipping. Look, the US has talent, right? Think OpenAI, Google, but they're stuck in that corporate grind, right? Prioritizing profit over accessibility. Billions literally go into NVIDIA chips and data centers, but China's outpacing with efficiency and open source hustle. For people who know how to code, this is a mixed type of feeling, right? The US still offers big salaries and prestige. Silicon Valley is not dead, but China's showing you don't need a fancy degree or $1 billion to innovate in technology. Their AIs are practical, they're not dystopian, and that's a lesson. When you focus on real problems, focusing on solving real problems, I should say, not just chasing the hype, you'll be successful, right? The US might really need to try to catch up, but right now, China's the inspiration right now for, do it yourself engineers like myself that I'm aspiring to be, right? And what really hits home is the education aspect, because China's pumping out 4 million STEM graduates yearly, while the US is just pushing out 600,000. 600,000 STEM graduates versus 4 million. That's the reason why we're not winning in the AI race right now. Their system, their education system is intense. Math, coding, extremely results driven. Manus and DeepSeek, right? They're built by young PhDs, not talent from overseas, right? The US is lagging right now when it comes to STEM. STEM is underfunded, college is extremely expensive, and too many drop out too early. China's edge right now is scale, but it's not magic. You don't need their system to win. Online resources like GitHub, Coursera, Udemy, Code Academy, even Twitter posts, you know, can help dissect Manus and help you level up. Focus on math, algorithms, and hands-on projects. If Chinese engineers can grind, you can too. I mean, obviously the gap is real, but it's not about where you start, it's what you do, right? Our AI and machine learning, it's not locked into one country, it's global. And you're in the game if you commit. And like I said again in my other videos, it's not just the US versus China. Look at Saudi Arabia's Neom, a $500 billion AI powered city. That's crazy. The US has no equivalent, no moonshot pulling coders in trying to aspire to do something like that. China has smart cities too, but they're fueled by AI like Manus. For us, this is the bigger picture. The world is currently building the future, and software engineers are the architects. Neo might flop, but it's a vision, right? It's definitely a vision. China's executing their vision. What's the US doing? Coasting, vibing. So don't let any of that discourage you. It's really a call to action. Pick up Python, dive into machine learning frameworks like TensorFlow, study Manus autonomy tricks on Twitter. You can build your own Neom scale ideas wherever you are. The US might be taking a long time, but that don't mean you have to. So where does that leave us? Manus AI is China's latest flex. It's autonomous, it's free, and it's a coder's dream. They're outpacing DeepSeek and the US, fueled by education and hustle. So should you be discouraged? Hell no. Be encouraged. China's showing what's possible with focus and access. So grab some of those free tools, study hard, and try to build some, right? The AI race is wide open and you've got a seat at the table. Let me know what you're working on in the comments below if you in the software engineering, AI, machine learning, and all that good stuff. Drop a comment in below. Hit that like button. Hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I drop a video. And subscribe. We're headed to 2,000 subscribers and we're taking the humble route. Never ever forget, see you in that verse for a reason. Information, application, execution. Until the next one.